The bell rang through the halls of Jefferson High, its metallic chime echoing off the lockers as students spilled into the corridors like a flood. It was Friday, the kind of day when energy ran wild, and teachers gave up trying to control it. Among the throng were Malik and Maya Grant, the 16-year-old twins who, despite sharing the same dark curls, intelligent eyes, and calm expressions, couldn't have been more different in temperament. Malik was quiet and introspective, a lover of books and chess, someone who preferred to think 3 moves ahead, whether on the board or in life. Maya, on the other hand, was bold, outgoing, and unafraid to speak her mind. Together, they balanced each other, an unspoken rhythm forged not only through siblinghood, but through the discipline of martial arts. No one at Jefferson High knew that the Grant twins were black belts in karate, or that at the age of 7 they had stunned the martial arts world by taking gold medals at the National Junior Championship. Their mother, a former self-defense instructor and community activist, had taught them early that strength wasn't something you showed off, it was something you carried quietly. Real power, she used to say, isn't about hurting people. It's about knowing when not to. But not everyone at Jefferson understood that kind of wisdom. Across the cafeteria, sitting at their usual table near the back, were Derek Vaughn and his crew, a trio of seniors who had made it their daily ritual to torment whoever caught their attention. Derek was tall, broad, and loud, the kind of person who thrived on control. His father was a local contractor with money, and Derek wielded that privilege like armor. To him, power wasn't something earned. It was something inherited and enforced. That Friday, Derek's eyes fell on Malik and Maya, who had just sat down at a corner table with their lunch trays. They kept to themselves, as always, laughing quietly over something on Maya's phone. Derek leaned toward his friends, smirking. You know those twins? Always think they're better than everyone. Never talk to anybody. Maybe they just don't want to talk to you, one of his friends joked. Derek ignored the jab. Nah, they need a little reality check. Time to see what they're really made of. He stood, his shadow stretching long under the cafeteria's harsh lights. The twins didn't notice him approach at first. Malik was explaining a math problem to Maya, his tone calm and patient. Then the tray clattered. Derek had slammed his hand down right next to their food. Well, look who's sitting in my spot, he said, voice dripping with arrogance. Maya glanced up, unfazed. Pretty sure this table doesn't have your name on it. Derek grinned, circling them like a predator. Oh, you're funny. What are you two, the honor roll duo? You think being smart makes you special? Malik sighed. We're just eating lunch, man. You should try it. Maybe it'll help your mood. The nearby tables snickered. Derek's grin faltered. He hated being laughed at, especially by underclassmen. He leaned closer, lowering his voice. You better watch your mouth, book boy. I don't like disrespect. Before Malik could answer, Maya stood. Her expression was calm, but her posture changed, subtle but unmistakable to anyone trained to notice. Shoulders squared, weight evenly balanced on her feet. Years of martial arts instinct kicked in without a thought. Then don't dish out what you can't handle, she said quietly. Something in her eyes, steady, unflinching, gave Derek pause. He wasn't used to being looked at like that. Most people either avoided his gaze or backed down entirely. Maya didn't flinch. Let's go, Derek, one of his friends muttered. They're not worth it. But Derek wasn't done. He couldn't let a girl talk back to him in front of an audience. His pride wouldn't allow it. Nah, I think I'll stay, he said. Maybe they need a little lesson. Malik rose slowly beside his sister, his calm matching her stillness. His voice was measured, almost gentle. We don't want trouble. Derek smirked. Too late? He reached out, shoving Malik's shoulder. Not hard enough to start a fight, but enough to make a point. Malik stepped back, his tray sliding off the table and crashing to the floor. The cafeteria went silent. Maya exhaled through her nose. Pick it up, she said softly. Derek laughed. What did you say? You knocked it down, she repeated, her voice still calm. So pick it up. His laughter died. Or what? Maya's eyes met her brother's for half a second. A silent signal that passed between them. It's the same one they had used in countless sparring matches. Malik gave the faintest nod. "Or you'll regret it," she said. Derek's jaw tightened. He stepped closer, his chest puffed, trying to intimidate. "You threatening me?" "No," she said evenly. "I'm warning you." The crowd began to murmur. Phones came out. Someone whispered, "She's gonna get wrecked." Derek swung. It wasn't a full punch, more of a showy lunge meant to scare her. But Maya moved before anyone even registered what happened. A pivot, a shift of balance, and Derek's arm was caught mid-motion. A second later, he was on his knees, gasping in shock as she gently twisted his wrist just enough to immobilize him. No harm. No injury, just precision. "You should control your hands," she said quietly. Releasing him, the cafeteria erupted in disbelief. Derek scrambled to his feet, red-faced, humiliated. His friends took a step forward, but Malik moved between them, his stance low, calm, ready. "Don't," he said softly. "You'll just make it worse." Security arrived moments later, drawn by the commotion. The crowd scattered, phones tucking away, whispers filling the halls like wildfire. "Did you see that?" She took him down in 2 seconds. The twins, they're fighters. By the time Vice Principal Dorsey separated everyone, the story had already grown tenfold. In the administrative office, Malik and Maya sat quietly side by side while Derek ranted across the room. His pride still bruised. "They attacked me," he shouted. "That girl twisted my arm. You can't let them get away with that." Maya said nothing. Malik looked at the floor, his jaw tight. Mr. Dorsey turned toward the twins. "Is that true?" Malik spoke calmly. "He shoved me first." "Sir, my sister only defended herself," Derek sputtered. "She flipped me." Mr. Dorsey rubbed his temples. "All right, enough. No one's suspended yet. But I'm calling your parents." That afternoon, their mother, Angela Grant, arrived at the school. She was composed, dignified, and carried the same quiet authority her children did. As soon as she heard what had happened, she thanked the staff for their concern, then turned to her children. "Did you fight?" she asked softly as they walked out of the office. "No, Mom," Maya said. "We defended ourselves." Angela nodded, her expression unreadable. "Good. Because real fighters don't start fights. They end them." Outside, the late afternoon sun bathed the campus in gold. Derek and his friends stood near the parking lot, watching the twins leave. He didn't say anything this time. He couldn't. The memory of Maya's calm face and Malik's still stance haunted him, not because they'd embarrassed him, but because they hadn't even seemed angry. They hadn't fought for pride. They'd simply acted. As the Grants walked home, Malik glanced at his sister. "You okay?" She smiled faintly. "Yeah, just tired of being quiet when people think they can walk over us." He nodded. "You know this isn't over, right?" "I know," she said. "But next time, maybe they'll think twice." That night, the video hit social media. A blurry 15-second clip labeled "Girl takes down school bully in 2 moves" went viral across student feeds. By Monday morning, everyone at Jefferson High knew the quiet black twins weren't just smart and polite. They were fighters, trained and disciplined, who carried their strength like a secret until pushed too far. But the story wasn't finished yet. The confrontation had only begun to change things, not just for the twins, but for Derek too. Because sometimes humiliation isn't the end of a story. It's the beginning of transformation. By Monday morning, Jefferson High was humming with the electricity of rumor. In the digital age, 15 seconds was all it took for a moment to become a legend. The clip of Malik Grant disarming Derek Vaughn had spread through every group chat and social feed. Some students replayed it in awe, others in disbelief. For many, it was the first time they'd seen calm power outshine aggression. When Malik and Maya walked into school that morning, whispers followed them down the hall. Heads turned, a few. Students smiled in quiet admiration, while others simply stepped aside, not out of fear, but respect. The twins, however, kept their expressions neutral. They didn't bask in the attention. They'd been taught not to. As they passed the main office, they saw Derek leaning against the wall, his arms crossed, eyes hard. He looked tired, more subdued than usual. His friends flanked him, but their laughter was gone. Instead, there was silence, the heavy kind that follows humiliation. Maya stopped, holding his gaze. "Morning," she said calmly. Derek didn't respond at first. His jaw clenched, then relaxed. "You think you're special, don't you?" he muttered. Malik stepped forward slightly. "No," he said. "We just don't like bullies." The words landed with precision, not cruel, but honest. Derek's eyes dropped for a moment, and the twins walked on. That afternoon, during gym class, the coach announced an upcoming charity event, the Jefferson Youth Defense Demonstration, organized by the school's martial arts program and local community centers. Students were encouraged to attend or participate. When Coach Rivers mentioned that the Grant twins would be helping lead a demonstration on discipline and self-control, the room erupted with chatter. Derek, sitting in the back, felt heat rise in his chest. The idea of watching Maya and Malik perform in front of everyone was unbearable. His pride still ached from Friday. His friends, noticing his silence, tried to joke about it. "Guess you'll be sitting in the front row," one said. But Derek wasn't laughing. The rest of the week passed in a blur. The more Derek tried to ignore the whispers, the louder they seemed. Everywhere he went, someone was replaying the video, snickering behind their phones. He'd been the king of the cafeteria once. Now he was the punchline. By Thursday, something inside him snapped. He needed to reclaim control, or at least the illusion of it. After school, he found the twins near the gym, packing up equipment from practice. Malik was storing pads in a duffel bag, while Maya organized belts and gloves. Derek approached slowly. "We need to talk," he said. Malik looked up. What about you two making me look like a fool in front of everyone?" Maya sighed softly. "We didn't make you look like a fool, Derek. You did that when you decided to shove my brother." His fists tightened, but there was something in her tone, not mocking, just factual, that made him hesitate. "I didn't mean to go that far," he said quietly. "But you didn't have to embarrass me." Malik straightened, studying him. "We didn't do it for show. We reacted. If you want respect, maybe start by giving it." The words stung because they were true. Derek opened his mouth to fire back, but no retort came. Instead, he muttered something under his breath and walked away, anger and confusion warring inside him. That night, Derek sat in his room, scrolling through old photos on his phone, team trophies, parties, faces of friends. None of it made him feel better. For the first time, he wondered what people actually thought of him beyond fear or popularity. The thought gnawed at him until he finally threw his phone aside and stared at the ceiling. His mother knocked softly and entered. "Rough week?" He shrugged. She sat on the edge of his bed. "You know, your father and I didn't raise you to be cruel. Whatever happened at school, fix it the right way. Apologize if you need to." He turned toward her. "But you don't understand, Mom. Everyone saw. They'll never forget." She gave him a look both gentle and firm. "Then make sure the next thing they see is worth remembering." Her words echoed long after she left. Saturday arrived bright and warm, the day of the youth defense demonstration. The gym had been transformed with banners, mats, rows of folding chairs filled with families, students, and community members. Local reporters were there too. Malik and Maya arrived early, helping younger kids from their dojo prepare. They moved with quiet efficiency, adjusting uniforms, offering encouragement, and demonstrating basic stances. Their sensei, a calm older man named Master Ito, smiled approvingly. "You two carry yourselves well?"
"I'll remember."
Humility first, always. By noon, the demonstration began. Children performed simple routines, then older students showcased self-defense drills. Finally, it was time for the featured exhibition, a synchronized kata by the Grant twins. As they stepped onto the mat, the crowd hushed. Dressed in crisp white GIs, with black belts tied neatly at their waists, Malik and Maya bowed in unison. What followed was a display of precision and grace. Every movement sharp, yet fluid. Every strike controlled. Their synchronization was flawless. like mirrors reflecting discipline itself. When they finished, the audience erupted in applause. Even the parents in the back rose to their feet. Malik and Maya bowed once more, humility in their posture. From the crowd, Derek watched silently. The performance wasn't about violence or dominance. It was about control, the kind he'd never understood. For the first time, admiration replaced resentment. After the demonstration, students mingled and families congratulated participants. Derek lingered near the exit, debating whether to leave or stay. Finally, he walked over to where the twins were helping pack equipment. "Hey," he said quietly. Maya looked up, wary but polite. "Hey." "I saw your performance," he said. "It was incredible." "Thanks," Malik replied, cautious. Derek shifted uncomfortably. "Look, I've been a jerk. To both of you. What I did was wrong. I let my ego run wild." Maya crossed her arms, but her tone softened. "Why now?" "'Cause I saw what real strength looks like," he admitted. "It's not what I've been doing." The twins exchanged a glance, a wordless conversation passing between them, as it always did. Then Malik nodded. "Apology accepted. Just don't make the same mistake twice." "I won't," Derek said sincerely. "Actually, I was wondering if maybe I could learn, train." That caught them both off guard. Maya tilted her head. "You want to join the dojo?" He nodded. "Yeah. I don't want to be that guy anymore. I want to understand what you two have." Maya studied his face for a moment, then smiled faintly. "Come by Tuesday. See if you're serious." Over the next few weeks, Derek did come first out of curiosity, then out of commitment. At first, he stumbled through warm-ups, his movements stiff and uncoordinated. But Malik and Maya guided him patiently. They didn't mock his mistakes. Instead, they taught him the same principles that had shaped them since childhood: focus, respect, control. For the first time, Derek experienced what it meant to earn strength instead of demand it. The dojo became his quiet place, the one space where his past arrogance couldn't follow. Months later, during a small tournament hosted by the community center, Derek competed in the beginners division. When his name was announced, the entire school gym cheered, not because he was feared, but because he was changing. He didn't win that day, but when he bowed to Malik and Maya afterward, the gesture held more meaning than any medal. By the end of the school year, the story of the Black Belt twins had become something more than a viral moment. It had become a lesson, a reminder that true strength is silent, that discipline outlasts bravado, and that redemption is possible for anyone willing to face themselves honestly. In the final week before summer break, Derek passed the twins in the hallway. He smiled, genuine and easy. "See you at practice," he said. Maya grinned. "Don't be late." As they walked away, Malik glanced at his sister. "Guess even bullies can learn balance." Maya nodded thoughtfully. "Yeah, sometimes you don't beat people, you teach them." And with that, the Grant twins moved forward, their quiet strength no longer a secret, but a source of inspiration, proof that the most powerful victories are not those won with fists, but with growth, grace, and forgiveness.